Welcome back to our channel. Friends, have you ever stayed silent because you were afraid people might laugh at your English? Have you ever stopped trying something new because you thought people would judge you? Have you ever wanted to speak, start, try, or improve? But then a small voice in your mind asked, "What will people think?" And suddenly you stopped. Your confidence disappeared. Your courage disappeared. Your dream disappeared. But let me ask you something honestly. Are those people living your life? Are they facing your struggles? Are they responsible for your future? No. Then why do their opinions control your actions? Today you will understand why you care so much about what people think, how this fear controls your confidence, and how you can finally become mentally free. Because the moment you stop caring about unnecessary opinions, you start living boldly and learning fearlessly. So watch this video till the end because this lesson can completely change your mindset and your confidence. Chapter 1. Understand. Why you care so much about people's opinions. Friends, before you stop caring about what people think, you must understand one very important thing. Why do you care so much in the first place? Many people do not ask this question. They just feel afraid. They feel embarrassed. They feel nervous when someone judges them. But there is always a reason behind every feeling. Caring about other people's opinions is actually natural. As humans, we all want acceptance. We all want respect. We all want to feel that we belong somewhere. No one wants to feel rejected, ignored, or laughed at. This need to belong is inside every human being. And because of this need, you start caring about what others think about you. Now think about your childhood. When you did something good, maybe you got praise from your parents or teachers. They said, "Good job." They smiled at you. They appreciated you. And that made you feel happy and safe. But when you made a mistake, maybe someone scolded you. Maybe someone laughed. Maybe someone said, "You did this wrong." And that made you feel bad, ashamed, or scared. Slowly, your brain started learning something very dangerous without you even realizing it. Your brain connected praise with safety and criticism with danger. It learned that approval means you are doing okay, and rejection means something is wrong with you. As you grow older, this learning stays with you. Now when someone criticizes your English, your brain reacts as if you are in danger. When someone laughs at your mistake, you feel pain inside. When someone judges your personality, you feel rejected. That is why many English learners feel scared to speak. They think, what if they laugh at my accent? What if I make a grammar mistake? What if they think I am not smart? Because of this fear, they stay silent. They stop trying. They avoid speaking in public. They avoid learning new skills. They avoid improving their personality. Not because they cannot do it, but because they are afraid of rejection. But here is a very important truth you must understand. Not every opinion matters. Just because someone says something about you does not make it true. Many opinions come from people's own fears, insecurities, and limitations. Someone who is afraid to speak English may laugh at you for trying. Someone who never tried something new may criticize your courage. Someone with small thinking may judge your big dreams. But their opinion is not based on your real ability. It is based on their own mindset. People judge from their level of thinking. A negative person sees negativity everywhere. An insecure person tries to bring others down. A fearful person avoids risks and mocks those who take action. So when someone judges you, it does not always mean you are wrong. Sometimes, It simply means they cannot understand your effort or your journey. Their words reflect their mindset, not your potential. Another powerful truth is this: when you care too much about what people think, you slowly stop being yourself. You start acting. You start pretending. You hide your real personality. You stop expressing your real opinions. You choose safe words instead of honest words. You laugh even when you do not want to laugh. You stay quiet even when you want to speak. Why? Because you want to please everyone. You want to avoid rejection. You want approval from everyone around you. But pretending is exhausting. It creates stress and anxiety because you are constantly thinking, am I saying the right thing? Am I acting correctly? Will they like me now? This pressure slowly affects your confidence. You become afraid to try new things. You become afraid to make mistakes. And without mistakes, there is no learning. Without learning, there is no growth. So understand this clearly. Caring about opinions is natural, but caring too much is dangerous. When your happiness depends on people's approval, your confidence becomes weak. You stop living your life freely. You start living according to public opinion, and public opinion changes every day. One day they may praise you, the next day they may criticize you. This chapter gives you a powerful realization. If you live for people's approval, you will live in constant fear of their rejection. You will always worry about what they think. You will always adjust your actions based on their mood, and that means your life is no longer in your control. The first step to freedom is understanding why you care so much. Once you understand the reason, you can slowly start reducing its power over your mind. Chapter 2. Realize that people are not thinking about you all the time. Friends, one of the biggest reasons you care so much about what people think is this illusion. You believe everyone is constantly watching you. You feel like every move you make, every word you say, every mistake you commit is being noticed, analyzed, and judged. And because of this belief, you start to feel afraid, anxious, and even small errors feel like huge disasters. But here is the truth, and this is very important. Most people are not thinking about you at all. They are busy thinking about themselves, their problems, their goals, their fears, their mistakes. They are all in their minds, not yours. Let me ask you a question. Think honestly. How often do you notice someone else's small mistake? How often do you sit and think, wow, they made a small mistake yesterday? Almost never, right? You are too busy thinking about your own life. The same is true for everyone else. Most people quickly forget what you do. Even if they notice a mistake, it is only for a few moments. After that, they return to their own worries. This is called the spotlight effect. You feel like there is a spotlight on you, but in reality, everyone is standing in their own spotlight. Everyone is focusing on themselves, and the good news is, you are not the center of everyone's attention. You are free to make mistakes, to try, to speak, to learn, and to grow without constant scrutiny. Think about it. When someone laughs at your accent, they are not thinking about it all day. They might even forget it in 5 minutes. When someone criticizes your idea, they are not analyzing your life permanently. Most people are not as focused on you as you think. They are too busy managing their own worries, insecurities, and responsibilities. Understanding this fact can immediately reduce your fear. It gives you mental freedom. You can finally stop imagining that everyone is judging your every action. Another important truth is that even successful people face judgment constantly. Think about actors, athletes, business leaders, and famous personalities. They are criticized every day. Their efforts are mocked, their achievements questioned, and their decisions judged. But do they stop living? No. They understand one simple fact. Opinions are temporary. Criticism passes, praise passes, but your effort and your work remain. This is a mindset that you can also adopt. Instead of asking, "What are they thinking about me?" ask, "What am I thinking about myself?" Self-opinion is more powerful than public opinion. When you value your own judgment, outside judgment loses its power over your mind. Here is a spike moment I want you to think about carefully. When you imagine that someone is watching and judging, your mind creates pressure that is not real. You feel tension in your body. Your heart beats faster. Your confidence decreases. But if you remember that most people are thinking about themselves, the pressure disappears. You feel lighter. You feel free. You can finally speak in English without hesitation, try new skills without fear, or express your thoughts without anxiety. Also, remember, people's opinions are not stable. Today they may praise you. Tomorrow they may criticize you. Today they may admire your courage. Tomorrow they may laugh at your attempt. If your happiness or confidence depends on these unstable opinions, you are living in constant tension. But if your focus is on your own effort, your own learning, and your own progress, then opinions become background noise. You work, you grow, and you improve without giving power to anyone else's thoughts. Friends, this is a very freeing realization. You are not the center of the world. You do not have a spotlight on you. People forget quickly. Criticism passes quickly. Most importantly, your self-opinion matters far more than public opinion. When you fully understand this, you stop giving unnecessary control to others. You stop being afraid of judgment. You can finally start speaking, trying, learning, and living boldly. You can finally start acting without fear because you realize that the world is not constantly watching you, and that is actually one of the best things that can happen to you. Freedom comes when you stop imagining an audience. Growth comes when you stop fearing judgment. And confidence comes when you focus on yourself, not others. So remember this clearly, friends. Most people are thinking about themselves, not about you. Even if they notice your mistake, it is temporary. Even if they criticize you, it is not permanent. Shift your attention inward. Value your own opinion. Respect your own effort. Focus on your learning and your growth. Once you do this, you are free to speak, to act, to learn, and to live without the constant fear of what others might think. Chapter 3. Build self-confidence. So opinions don't hurt you. Friends, if you want to truly stop caring about what people think, there is one very powerful truth you must understand. The real solution is self-confidence. Without confidence, every small joke feels like a personal attack. Every criticism feels like the end of the world. Every laugh feels like rejection. And that is why so many learners stay silent, stop trying, or hide their true selves. But confidence changes everything. Confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is not pretending to be perfect. Confidence is self-trust. It means you trust your decisions, trust your efforts, and trust your journey, even when others doubt you. Let me give you a powerful example. When you secretly doubt yourself and someone says, "You cannot do this," what happens? You start believing them. Their words feel true because part of you already doubts yourself. But here's the spike moment. When your self-belief is strong, the same words feel small. You hear them, but they do not shake you. You listen, you take what is useful, and you ignore what is useless. This is the power of confidence. Confidence protects you from the unnecessary weight of opinions. It is like mental armor that keeps your peace safe and your dreams intact. Now, how do you build this confidence? The first step is keeping promises to yourself. Start small. If you say, "You will wake up early," wake up early. If you say you will practice English, practice it. If you say you will learn something new, do it. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, self-trust grows. And when self-trust grows, confidence grows naturally. Second, improve yourself slowly, every day. Confidence comes from competence. When you see yourself learning, improving, and growing, outside opinions lose their power. Speak a few new words daily in English. Try a small conversation. Learn a new skill. Every small progress builds inner strength. Improvement creates security, and security reduces fear. Third, accept your imperfections. Friends, you are not perfect, and no one is. If you wait to be perfect before showing yourself to the world, you will wait forever. True confidence comes when you accept your flaws and keep moving forward anyway. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. They are steps in your growth, not signs of failure. Fourth, stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison destroys confidence. There will always be someone better and someone worse than you. It does not matter. Focus on your journey. Compete with your past self, not with someone else. When you measure yourself only against your own growth, you feel strong, proud, and motivated. Fifth, face your fears step by step. If you are afraid to speak English, start speaking. If you are afraid to try something new, take a small action. Courage is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Avoiding fear keeps you weak. Facing fear builds confidence. And remember, each time you act despite fear, you are proving to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. Another very important truth is this: you cannot please everyone. Even if you try your best, some people will not like you. That is normal. Confidence means accepting that you will not be liked by everyone, and that is perfectly fine. Your approval is what matters most. Self-respect and self-trust are stronger than temporary applause or criticism from others. Preparation also builds confidence. When you are prepared, fear automatically reduces. If you practice your English before speaking, your fear decreases. If you plan before taking action, your mind feels secure. Competence and preparation create inner strength that no outside opinion can shake. Think about confidence as mental armor. It protects your peace, your mindset, and your dreams from the noise of the outside world. When you build self-confidence, criticism becomes feedback, not pain. Mockery becomes meaningless. Judgment loses its power. And slowly, naturally, you stop caring about unnecessary opinions. Friends, remember this clearly. Confidence does not come overnight. It grows through small actions, self-trust, skill building, accepting imperfection, facing fears, and focusing on your own growth instead of others. Each step you take strengthens your armor. Each action you complete without fear builds your courage. And when confidence is strong, no comment, no criticism, no judgment can control your happiness, your focus, or your growth. So start today. Keep your promises, improve your skills, face your fears, accept your imperfections, stop comparing, build your competence, and slowly the noise of other people's opinions will fade. You will become free, you will become bold, you will become unstoppable. Confidence is your shield, your strength, and your key to finally living a life where no one else's judgment can hold you back. Chapter 4. Stop seeking validation and start living boldly. Friends, one of the biggest reasons you care about what people think is this: you are constantly seeking validation. You want people to approve you. You want them to say, "You are doing great," or "You are smart," or "You are right." There is nothing wrong with appreciation, but the problem begins when your happiness depends on it. If someone praises you, you feel happy. If someone ignores you, you feel low. If someone criticizes you, you feel broken. When your emotions depend on others, your control is in their hands, not yours. And that is dangerous because it makes you a prisoner of other people's opinions. Think about social media for a moment. You post something online. If it gets many likes, you feel proud and happy. If it gets few likes, you feel disappointed or insecure. Suddenly, strangers control your mood. Every notification, every comment, every thumbs up or lack of it determines your emotional state. Friends, this is seeking validation. When your peace, your confidence, and your joy depend on someone else's reaction, you give them power over your life. And that is why so many people feel anxious, stressed, or afraid to take action. But here is the powerful truth. You do not need approval. You do not need applause. You do not need everyone to like you. Self-validation is far stronger. Self-validation means that you respect your own effort, recognize your own progress, and trust your own journey without waiting for anyone else to notice. When you approve yourself, outside approval becomes optional. You can act, speak, try, and grow freely because your confidence does not depend on anyone else. Another spike moment is understanding rejection. Friends, rejection is normal. You do not like everyone, and not everyone will like you. Expecting the world to approve you completely is impossible. Some people will misunderstand you. Some people will criticize you. Some people will walk away from your goals or ideas. And that is perfectly fine. The problem is not them. It is when you allow their reaction to decide your mood or stop your action. Living boldly means accepting that some people will not like you and still moving forward. Celebrate your own progress. Don't wait for others to notice improvement. If you practiced English today, be proud. If you spoke even once despite fear, be proud. If you tried something new, be proud. Recognizing your own growth builds confidence and reduces the need for validation. Every small step you acknowledge yourself creates freedom from unnecessary opinions. Living boldly does not mean having no fear. It does not mean ignoring risks. It means acting despite fear. Fear may whisper, "What will they think?" But courage must answer, "I am going to try anyway." The more you act despite fear, the more your confidence grows. The more you build courage, the less judgment can control you. Bold people are not fearless. They are brave enough to move forward even when they are afraid. Here is the most important truth I want you to remember. Judgment is temporary, but regret is permanent. If you stay silent because you fear criticism, if you avoid trying because you worry about approval, if you hide your dreams because of fear, you will regret it later. One day, you will look back at your life and ask, why didn't I try? Why did I care so much about what others thought? But if you act today, even if you fail, even if people laugh, even if others judge, you gain experience, you gain courage, you gain growth, and that builds strength that no opinion can ever take away. Friends, living according to public opinion is living a small life. Living according to your values, your goals, your courage is living freely. Speak when you have something to say. Try when you want to grow. Walk away from negativity. Take risks aligned with your dreams. The people who judge you do not live your life. They do not pay your bills. They do not fight your battles. So why let them control your decisions? When you stop seeking validation, when you start self-approving, when you act despite fear, you become mentally free. You stop crying over opinions. You stop hiding your talents. You stop limiting your potential. You live boldly. You learn freely. You grow without fear. And slowly, life becomes lighter, clearer, and stronger. Remember this clearly, friends. Peace is not outside. It is inside. You cannot control what people think, but you can control your courage, your focus, and your actions. Stop seeking approval. Start respecting your effort. Start acting boldly. Start living for your growth, not for others' opinions. And the moment you do this, you finally become free. Mentally free. Emotionally free. Confident and unstoppable. Thank you so much for staying till the end. This shows that you are serious about improving your confidence and your mindset. Remember, you cannot control what people think, but you can control how you react. The moment you stop living for people's approval, you start living for your growth. You are not alone in this journey. Every confident person once felt judged. Every fluent speaker once felt shy. The only difference is they did not stop trying. Now it is your time to take action. If this lesson helped you think differently, subscribe to the channel for more simple and powerful English learning and mindset lessons. Like this video so more learners can become mentally strong. And comment below, what is the one thing you want to do but feel afraid of people's judgment? Start today, because your life should be controlled by your goals, not by people's opinions.